All right, guys, we back. This is the next day. I got all the cables ran for the unit. They're up under the console here. I still got to put the power cable and the Y cable on the cables coming from the header sensor and the transducer. I hadn't mounted the transducer in the back yet, but I wanted to go to the console to see if this new precision tune mount fits in here good, and see about trying to do a test fit on that. But the issue I have right now, I got a new tack when I got the new motor on the boat, so that just plug and play. But the old speed thermometer here has a water line going in the back of it, and I want to get rid of this speed thermometer because I don't need it. You know, everything's on your graph, GPS and all that kind of stuff. So but I need to get this hose off and plug this hose that's sitting right here to be able to remove this. So I'm just going to right this second get my scissors here, and we're just gonna cut this hose off right this second. It might have a little water in it, I don't know, but I don't know if you see that, but that little hose, I'm gonna have to plug that with something and make sure that doesn't leak. So now that I got it off, you can see it's just that water intake on that, and the tack over here just plug and play. So, but I got a plate to move that over here to this empty plate on my console, so we'll worry about that just a little bit later. But right now, okay, it looks like it does pretty good. I do have 45-degree arms that goes on this. Just try to get it from the steering wheel because it's got a 15 up here, and I do have a spacer to pull this steering wheel back some, so we should have no problem about getting that in here. Okay, like I said, it's so dark out here. I do have a light on my head just to see if these holes line up. Some of them line up, some of them don't, but I probably need to drill new holes anyway because over the years, vibration, my boats that hold that plate in there will vibrate apart. They come out. And I would just have to try to screw them back in there, but some of these places doesn't have good backing on it. It's just the rubber, just this place here. So I got to find out how to, probably gonna have to put some kind of backing on it, metal wise, to get it to hold against the actual console, because that is just, that doesn't even have fiberglass behind it right here. This one has fiberglass, this one has fiberglass on it. This one over here, it almost hit some fiberglass. And this one over here almost hit fiberglass. So let me try to figure that out, and we'll come back. All right, guys, I'm at the engineering phase with this mount here. Like I said, It's not Precision Sonar's fault, but it's Ranger's fault this time. On the When I put this mount in that opening on my console, these two screws are the only screws that actually go through the fiberglass that's in the console. So all these 1, 2, 3, 4 screws basically just go into the material around the console, meaning that I don't know if it's some kind of vinyl cardboard looking material that outlines the whole console, so it's not really going into any fiberglass. So if I put a 15-inch screen on this and we going down the lake bumping, that top part is going to eventually break out of there, so that's going to be the only thing holding it. So what I'm going to do is I got this little, well, it's not little, it's aluminum. It's the top of a data rack. It's got electronics on it. It's the top of a data rack. It's made out of aluminum, but it's kind of thick, but it's light. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut little squares out of that. So when I put those squares behind these bolts that's holding this in here, it's basically holding back against the fiberglass. So on all sides, so it's gonna be like a keeper on all these. So some of them are different sizes, some of them are long, some of them need to be short, but that's what I got right here. So I'm just in the engineering phase of this. Basically what I'm gonna do is, first I'm gonna cut that hole out of there. My little white mark is not working too good. Let me see if this other one works. So basically what I want to do is cut wide strips out of here. I say these strips should try to be at least 1.5 inches long, wide. 1.5 inches. And I'm gonna need 6 of them. 1, 2, 3. But like I said, all of them doesn't need to be as wide as the other ones. The ones at the bottom, they need to be long, cause it's probably, I did it with my hand, so it's probably almost 3 inches before it gets to any solid fiberglass. So this deal is 2.5 inches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what I'm gonna do is, like I said, try to cut that out. I'm gonna cut slits in here. Then I'm gonna go down the back with my favorite tool. Not, but I think it's the quickest and best way to do this. So let me try to cut some of these out and see how it goes. Like I said, this is aluminum, so it shouldn't be too difficult. And I do have my safety glasses on. It's working. That's all I can say. It's working. Now that I got 6 of them, I'm gonna go ahead and try to drill the hole in it that I need before I cut that loose. I'm a marker here. Like I said, some of these gonna vary in size, but I'm gonna go ahead and drill the hole in all these right at the back end. See how easy this or hard this will drill. Come on, it's aluminum now. Shouldn't be that difficult. Let me find a good drill bit, because this sun gun right here, I cannot see the bottom of that, so I can't tell what size that is, but it looks the same. See if this works any better. Well, before we go on, let's see how. Yep, that's a good size for that. Okay. Like I said, good drill bits make the job a lot easier. Okay. I have determined that the top ones that goes in the fiberglass already only needs about an inch long. Inch long from the screw hole. The rest of them we're gonna test fit when I get it cut. So, and this is one of the better things I did here with this old what you call it, vise here. I don't know, I think I got this vise out of old guy's house, and I use it from time to time. So we're gonna cut these off and see what happens. Okay, I'm just gonna take them over here to my wheel and clean them up, because they got a lot of sharp edges on them, and that way I won't get cut going down the line. Okay, there's my deals. I took all the burrs off of them, tried to round the edges just a little bit, just for it wouldn't hang up on anything. So I think that's good. So I need to go outside, drill out the holes in the boat, in the console, to make them a little bit bigger to accept these screws and the nuts behind them. Let's go do another test fit outside. The hose that was coming from the actual speed monitor, I cut a drill bit off at the back and stuck it down that hole, and I mean, it would have just stayed in there with the drill bit, but I just made sure I put a hose clamp, the smallest one I had, around it to hold in there for future. And I'll zip tie that to something so it won't be jumping around in there. But right this second, this is what we up against. So what I want to do with these braces, like I said, this is going on the back side. Once I get those on the back side, they would hold against the back of the actual fiberglass. And like I said, the ones down here at the bottom, they need to be longer. I'm gonna make those longer. I mean, shit, probably 2 times as long as this. But like I said, I needed something heavy that it wouldn't bend over time. So right now, I guess what I'm gonna try to do is these holes line up. Let me turn on my. These holes line up, except for that side and this other side. So well, I'll take that back. I need to drill the top hole out, make them wider. The bottom holes, like I say, they're just going through. I don't know what this is. It feels like a piece of thin board with the with vinyl over top of it. Okay, so got that. And like I said, all this work is going to have to be done under the bottom of this unit. All right, guys, I've been working hard trying to get all these cables connected to the graph up here and under the console. And like I said, it's been raining. You can hear the rain finally starting to quit here in the background. But I got the mount in. I got the graph on the mount. I got the graph powered up. I still haven't connected, well, I do have it connected, but I hadn't mounted the transducer in the back. But I've mounted the transducer, the through hole transducer here in the back. See if you can see that. That's the one with the epoxy to the left right there. The other one is the original through hole transducer that came with the boat. So like I said, I won't be able to test that until I get on the water, but hopefully it's good. But other than that, just trying not to step on everything. But I'm gonna turn you around so you can see the graph. And I did move. Well, I'm gonna show you first. I know the lighting is bad back here, but you can see that's a 15-inch Helix. I got on a precision sonar mount. I got the 45-degree mount on the arms on there. I had the regular ones on there, but I changed that out. It wasn't too bad to get it in there. Like I said, Ranger got problems with the fiberglass around this unit here. I'm gonna try to take you up on the bottom and show you what I did. And I did move the tack. I had the precision sonar block off plate that already had the hole cut in it, and the hole was the right size, so we got that tack moved over there. And I just took out the speed thermometer. I didn't need that. You know, every graph got, you know, your miles per hour on the graph, so we don't need that. And I did use a spacer. There's a spacer block here. I don't know the size of that spacer block right this second, but I will find that out. Right now, like I said, I got it just in here, and I'm gonna make sure I paint this part of the original steering wheel column here. And like I said, up under I had to do some engineering. You seen me cut. I'm see if I can get you a view up under here. You seen me cut those little pieces, aluminum pieces. You can see how I got them mounted on the back, and that is very sturdy. I pulled on it and pulled on it, and I didn't have a problem with it. So let me move my light over here. Come on, work with me. As you can see here too, I got those done on that side also. So this console would have to come out before that mount would come out of here, or break off all that fiberglass, 1 to 2. But everything else under here, I got a lot of cable that I need to dress up and all that kind of stuff. And you know, all this cable that was under here was a mess to begin with. See, all that stuff is Ranger stuff, and that's how I bought the boat. It was just like that. I hadn't did anything to that. But a lot of the cable I ran, I got it up on top right now, and then I haven't dressed it up neat and nice yet. Then the other thing, my hub. Everybody knows about, well, I don't know if everybody knows about the Humminbird hub. I chose to put that behind my hot foot right here. Like I said, I'm gonna dress all these cables neat and nice right here, make it go out the way here. I might even put a cable deal to hold that back. But like I said, this is, to me, that's the safest place because nothing's back there. But you know, my foot is on the hot foot, but it doesn't go back in the back there. But if I put it in the one of my compartments, it would get beat up big time. So just to show you, I had to move all this out of here to get back behind and make sure I didn't screw into something that I didn't want to screw into. So that empty space is all that. So if I put it in there, it would have been lights out on that. So we're making good progress. Like I said, I'm still waiting on the cable up in the front to go to the trolling motor transducer. Once I get that, I will get that connected and put the new mount for the 12 that's going up in the front on my mount bracket deal. Just trying to think if I did anything else. Alright guys, we've been working hard trying to get this boat finished. I'm just gonna give you a summary of what I've done so far. I know the last time we checked in, we was getting the mount finished up for the console. We got that in, got all the cables up under the bottom, dressed up pretty nicely. And the other thing we did was we removed the round mount that was sitting here on side of my boat, and I backed it with some fiberglass to when I can fill it with some fiberglass to fill these holes up and get it neat and flush. And we'll get to that when we do the body work on the boat. So, but just let you know, that one layer of chopped strand mat is super hard, and you can see it behind these bolt holes here. Like I said, I just put that back there for when I make my fiberglass putty to put in here to fill these holes. it doesn't push through over time. So we got that done. And up here at the front, we did get the cable that I was waiting on from Amazon, and it came in. I got everything buttoned up here in the front. I got some new bigger clamshells, and as you can see on the other side, I put some silicone inside of it and right here, so when it dries up, water won't just go down in there. So I'm trying to keep much water out here as possible. We got the new mount for the Helix 12 here, and later on in the video I'll show you guys it all hooked up, mounted, and I did testing, so everything works. I got the mount for the new 10 Garmin here set up, ready to go. I just need to put my sensor here, my head sensor for my trolling motor here, and on the trolling motor I did take off the man, that sun is bad, the Lowrance transducer I did have on the bottom. I took it off. I haven't even told you guys, I bought the Obsession Fish 0 degree mount. I got that put on with my Garmin, and I did have not a mistake, but an accident. When I was taking this cable off for the transducer on the bottom of the trolling motor, this cable and that transducer cable got caught in that hinge right there. So when you move it, it hinges right here. I looked at it much as I could. I didn't see any cables cut on it, but we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. That might be a $1,000 mistake. So hopefully that works. I just put some tape, a lot of tape around it, try to keep it from bending right here. So got all that in. Like I said, got the clamshell on this side, and moving to the back of the boat. Like I said, guys, I've been working. I got some good days. I have to try to get everything situated. I got my Humminbird head sensor mounted here, back on the back here, and the transducer for the Helix 15. As you can see where I got it mounted at. This was some old locations that I had the Lowrance transducer mounted here, and they had the small one for the speed right here. What I did was just took them off, cleaned all what I could clean off right here, and I like to put screws with silicone. This is that 4200 marine silicone, and screws back in there, just not trying to, you know, just fill the holes with that marine silicone. I want to put something in there, and I know it was not going to come out. So that's how I like to do mine. And like I said, this boat is not a virgin, so these are one of the first transducers I put in on this boat. And as you can see, I just left the mount up there. I probably need to, that's been there for a long time. You can see those screws are kind of rusted. I probably need to try to take that out and do something better with that. And this is the transducer for the Garmin. It was for the 9 Garmin, but I'm gonna use it for the 10. I don't never use it anyway. You looked at it one time in a long time that I had it. So, and the reason I mounted that right there, if you can see where I had the last one behind this wing here, and that wing slants in, and you probably can't see it on this video, but it's not straight across. And you don't, as I learned, you don't need to put a transducer behind a little wing part of your bottom of your boat, because when the water comes off of there, it barely ever hits that transducer. I mean, right here, I'm behind the big part of the boat, but I have no other place to put that doesn't have a wing. So you can see, and everything's is a wing. This part of this is slanted down. So if you know, and I've knocked off transducers in the past, and I'm gonna put it right there. So if you can see over the top of it, this is where the through-hole transducer that came with the boat was mounted. So if that worked pretty good right there, mine should work there good too. So that's why I put it there. Like I said, I'm not using that through-hole transducer anymore. So not for this, but I got a through-hole transducer inside that I mounted at the bottom and the inside of the hole here. So it's a through-hole transducer. So we got that together. As you can see, none of this is tested, but that's what we got going on. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install this flow right drain plug, because if you like me, my plug, I've been taking it out because I scared to leave it in that hole and it fall out somewhere. Then you get to the lake and you don't have a plug to put in your boat. So this is the next thing I'm gonna install here. So other than that, things that I got to do, the seats. When I finish this, I'm gonna go inside and try to work on the seats. The seats are done except for that center part that center seat was in, and I got an idea for that. You probably see that in another video. Then we're gonna change out these fenders. Like I said, we got to do some of the body work on this boat first. That's when I'm gonna do that up there. You know, I got little nicks and scratches and stuff that I need to sand down and buff out, that type of thing. So we going pretty good. Like I said, we have some nice good days coming. Well, we have been having some good 50, 60 degree days. So I think everything's trying to warm up some. So I'm trying to get everything done for the 15th. Right, today is the 2nd. So we got a fishing trip tournament in Florida, Palaca, Florida, at this is it the St. John's? No, I don't know, I keep forgetting, but in Palaca, Florida. So we got to get everything, trying to get everything done before then, but if not, we'll be just that close. So other than that, guys, I'm gonna come back and show you everything hooked up and turned on, and we'll end this video. So I appreciate everybody tuning in to the boat makeover, and we'll come back just when I finish putting this in and getting everything done.